So it's been a while since I've been here last talking with you, and a lot has happened, and it's all good stuff, but it's been distracting. So my last video was basically about me kind of finding my pace, and now I have to find a new pace because I am pregnant. So I am tired. And like this morning, I woke up and I exercised because I have to do it immediately or it's not going to happen. I'm just too tired later in the day. So I did that and showered, sat down at my desk ready to go. And my body was like, no, I felt like I was resenting being here. So I went and laid back down for maybe like 45 minutes. I don't know how long. And for the first half of that, maybe I was resenting the fact that I was laying down. And finally, I just released that. And you know, if I'm gonna relax and I'm gonna rest my body because it's telling me that it needs rest, then I need to embrace it and I need to actually be there, actively resting. And once I kind of got to that place, it was great. And now I'm back and I feel totally different than I did however long ago it was that I sat here and tried to get some work done. So that is a lesson learned. I found out I was pregnant like 4 or 5 days ago. So not too long ago. And I'm glad that I've figured this lesson out right now, because that is going to be necessary for me. And I'm going to have to keep reminding myself of this too, because I mean, we're all, it's hammered to us that we should always be doing something. And I am so bad at that, thinking I should always be doing something. Even if it's not necessarily like productive, I'm just doing things. And then I'm like, what did I even do today? And it's just, you know, not being intentional with my time. So that is going to have to, I'm sorry, I'm so tired. That is going to have to, be channeled into my rest as well. I have to be intentional with my rest. So if I am going to take some time, it doesn't matter what it looks like. I just have to take that time and be there with that time. And then if I want to come back and I want to work, then that's great. And my bare minimum needs to be even more minimum than I was having it be before I got pregnant, and when my energy levels were totally different. And yeah, so I think I'm going to look at what I have working right now, and I haven't felt super motivated to write because I'm just kind of absorbed in pregnancy land and all that stuff. So I have to be nice to myself about that too. I'm distracted and it's okay. But the more I fight being distracted, the more upset I get. And then it just alters my mood. So, yeah, it's okay. This is the path that I'm on, and I just have to go for the ride. So, Leo will be going down for his nap probably in about 30 minutes. And then I have my first prenatal appointment at 11. So I'm going to try and get some writing done before that. And yes, I will keep you updated.
I can't take no more today. I'ma go and make myself happy now.
So
I lost my mind.
I had to pause because I needed a snack. I had a crunchy peanut butter on toast, and I really, really wanted chocolate, like just a little randomly placed on top, because that sounded so good. but I don't have like a chocolate spread. Hi, so quickly interrupting, in a couple of seconds, you're gonna see that the camera completely zooms out and then later zooms way too far in. Just realized that this is because my watch is connected to my phone and the little knob on the side apparently zooms in and zooms out. So now I know, hopefully it doesn't happen again. Yeah, sorry, so sorry. But my husband got me these vegan chocolate donuts yesterday, so I just kind of scraped some chocolate off of the packaging and spread it on, and it was delightful. So anyway, I thought that I would. I'm having a hard time. I'm not really doing anything, so I decided that I wanted to kind of go through my actual writing process. Because I didn't really do that last time. So it's, I guess I'll flip you around at a certain point and show you my Scrivener, which is what I use. And basically I use this notebook that when did I even start this? I started this one in August 2018. And I printed these pictures out with my HP sprocket that my husband got me, and it was like the most perfect gift. If you need a gift for someone, honestly, it's so good. Okay, so anyway, I decorated it with like just images that made me happy and kind of reflected the vibe of the book that I was writing at the time. Which is basically the same. I use a lot of the same characters and a lot of the same settings, and I use a lot of the same like relationships with my short stories. Now the format is just kind of is a lot different. So let's see what I have in here. I have a lot of sticky notes that my son loves to rip off, so they're no longer sticky. And if you can imagine, I put them in like years ago, so I can't just stick them back in there at this point in time. So what else? I like to write longhand first. I find my mind works a lot differently when I'm writing by hand versus when I'm typing. So I always write 99% of the time. I'm writing first by hand. And then I'll type it up in my Scrivener, and then I'm afraid that it's just gonna fucking blow up and I'm gonna lose all my work. So I save things constantly, and then once I'm done with something or I've worked on it a lot, I'll print it out so that I have a copy of it too, just in case it blows up. And let's see. What I've been doing recently that's really been working for me is I will write on like one side of my page, on one side of the book, the notebook, and in pen, and then on the other side, I guess I do it on pen on both sides. But anyway, I write on one side, like the draft, and then on the opposite side, I'll have little notes for myself. Things that I might want to think about in the future, things I want to change in the future, but I can't be bothered to do it now. Like it'll just slow me down or whatever. So, and then when I'm going back and I'm reading things, I'll write notes on the left side because I don't like skip a line when I'm writing on the right side. So there's no real room for those kinds of notes. So I just do it on the left side of the page. And that's really been working for me. And then I'll do it on my Scrivener. I will actually use the comments section, which I never used to use, but now I see that it really comes in handy. For me, it helps me to just keep on writing. I used to be notorious for editing while I wrote, and if I felt like, oh, that's not exactly what I'm trying to say, or that's not exactly what I feel it should be, I would go back and try to make it that way, and it doesn't happen, you know. It's a process, and part of that process is writing shit. So that's what I've come to terms with, and it's been working out for me actually. So after I write it longhand, and I don't necessarily write like an entire story or scene or vignette, whatever, in one like handwriting go. I'll write like a section or like a page or two, and then I type it up, because then my mind is starting to work in a different way. And I find that once I do that, sometimes I'll stop like halfway notating or whatever, if that's what you call it, halfway when I'm typing, and I'll come back and like start writing more of the story. And that way I'm kind of in that moment, and I'm seeing it from a lot of different angles, and it helps me stay focused by not being focused, I guess, on one particular aspect. That's the way my mind works. If you're anything like me, then it might be something that you want to try out, because I don't take Adderall anymore. I've realized that since I've been sober, it was really holding me back, and I thought that I would never be able to do this work without it. And I'm finally coming to realize that my work is so much better without it. I just have to learn how to, or I've just had to learn how my mind works and play to those strengths. You know, I used to think it was a weakness of mine that I couldn't focus on things for an extended period of time, but that's like, who said that's the way everybody's mind is supposed to work? Our minds work the way they work for a reason. And if you can tap into that, I think that's where you start finding your power, and then you just start making the art that you were meant to make. So that's how I've been working, and it's been great. I mean, I've been doing that for maybe the last like month or two, and I love it. I've always written first though. I've always written first, and I've always typed it up afterwards. But now it feels better to me these days, with like the splitting the page on two sides, because I never really had room. And then there was something about needing to fill both of those pages or both sides of my notebook, that if it wasn't full on both sides, I felt like I wasn't writing enough. I don't know, it's kind of a mind fuck, to be honest, but now I'm like, okay, I just fill up one side. This is an A4 notebook. I just fill up one side, and then my other side I know is gonna be blank. And that's, you know, it doesn't like trick me and make me feel like I'm not doing enough work, which is another thing I've had to overcome, where I don't feel like I'm doing enough. So now I just know the left side is for whatever. It really doesn't matter. Like on this page, I only have 2 notes here, and I might have more on my Scrivener, you know, like as it comes to me, but I try not to write duplicate notes, or I try not to, like, if I type a note up, I try not to go back and write it down, because I used to do that a lot. And that's just procrastination, essentially, where it's like, oh no, where I have like 18,000 planners and you write the same thing 18,000 times. It's like, are you okay? Okay, so, hi. Okay, let me turn this down. Oops. So, back again, because have I written anything? No. My son is still asleep, so I wanted to look into a few things though, because I came up with, I don't know, like a word count. It's kind of arbitrary, I guess, but I don't know. I was looking at some books that I love and the way they look, the amount of pages they have, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll shoot for 190 pages, paperback, like one of these small ditties. And well, I don't know how many pages actually this one does. I just picked it up today from the shelf. This has 168, which I love so much. It's just short and sweet, and like the font, I mean, it's just sings to me. This is Girl Interrupted. I don't really need to say anything else, do I? This has, so about this many pages is like 48,000 words. So the word count that I came up with was, did I write it in here? Let's have a look. Yeah, 48,000 words, which equates roughly, if I want to get a first draft done by, I play with my hair a lot, you guys. Okay, sorry. Equates to about 3,900 words a week. Now, that seems a bit much. Let's see if I have a calculator, because my mind shuts down when I have to do anything with numbers at all. Okay, and I'm just gonna do, and I should include the weekends, divided by 7. So that's 557-ish words a day, which isn't a ton, but at the rate that I've been going, I don't want to like hold myself to anything that's going to make me feel like I've disappointed myself, because then I know I'm going to have a really difficult time like pushing through and being consistent and stuff like that. And my main priority is to be consistent, even in super, super small ways. So Amie McNee, I talked about her in the last, I think, I may have talked about her in a video that I completely scrapped. So anyway, Amie McNee, she's an incredible creative. Her Instagram is Inspired to Write, @Inspired2Write. And she is like a book doula, creative coach. She's magic. She's absolute magic. And she talks about how she has bare minimums and maximums for every single day. So I can't remember what her maximum is, but I think her bare minimum, so as an example, because I'm not 100% sure if these are the right numbers, her bare minimum would be 500 words a day and her max would be 1,000 words a day. And even if she feels like doing more, she'll stop at 1,000, because then it kind of leaves something to be desired, right? You have something to work on the next day, and you're not constantly like feeling forced to make something happen, because you have something carrying over from the day before, right? Which I love, and I've tried that a couple times and it works great. So I think 557 words, let's just call it 500 words, because let's just call it 500 words. That feels fine. Honestly, it feels fine, but I think I want to be even nicer to myself and put it at 300 words a day, which, I'm sorry to all of you that are like math geniuses and are like, this is the answer. Okay, 2,100 words a week, which is way different than 3,900, which, okay, who wants to see me do math online? Let's see. Okay, we're having issues here. Okay, so 2,500 words a week is 350 words a day, roughly. So I think I can handle that. That seems doable to me. So we're gonna change it to 2,500 words a week. Okay, for the week, which equals 350 words a day. Okay, yeah, that makes me feel less like pressure in my chest. So that's good. Let's see. Okay, that makes me feel good. So 2,500 words. No. We're gonna do 48,000 words, right? Divided by 2,500 words. Is this how this works? Which equals 19 weeks, right? So then we do 19 times 7. Honestly, you guys, I'm impressed with myself, I gotta say. 133 days. 133 days. 3, 6, 9, 120. So it's like 4 months instead of what I wanted to do in 3 months. And that's fine. I chose 3 months because I thought I could do it in 3 months. Again, another arbitrary goal. My main goal that I'm like kind of working backwards from is I want to be shopping my book around in a year. In a year's time, I want to have a publisher. I want it to be like about to be on shelves. Maybe this is wishful thinking. I have no idea about the publishing world. I have nothing. I have no knowledge whatsoever, but I have a sheer will to get it done. And I just feel the timing is right. I'm praying for twins so I don't have to be pregnant again. And I've always wanted twins, so I'm like, I'm so hopeful. Who knows? I obviously will be happy with whatever, whomever decided to come this time around. But I want to have this like sorted in a year's time. So cool. I'm glad that I did that. 350 words a day sounds good to me. So that's it. That's the update. Okay, so I'm realizing that this video is basically just gonna be like an update from the last time that I saw you guys, and like a pretty in-depth what my process looks like. Because I don't know if I'll actually get any writing done today, which is fine. Because I'm planning on just rolling over whatever words I don't get done to the next day and the next day or whatever. And I'm not gonna like beat myself up if I don't hit these markers every week and stuff like that. My main concern is just showing up every single day, looking at what I've written, looking at my ideas for what I want to write, looking at my notes even, reading, and any kind of notes I take from while I'm just reading. I'm gonna take all those moments as wins and as me using my mind in a way that is beneficial to the overall outcome of my book, because I don't think that those kinds of things are given enough credit. But I mean, everything that you're absorbing and anything that gives you ideas or gives you fuel or whatever for what your project is a good thing, and you can count that as you should count that as a win. So I realized in my time lapse of me writing that I'm writing in my journal, and I didn't explain that either, but I always have my journal out and near me when I'm drafting, because sometimes I just need to work something out, and a lot of times I'll talk to my husband, or that's mainly who I talk to about what I'm working on, and he'll listen and we'll bounce things off of each other. But when I'm in my office and working just like by myself, I basically am bouncing it off of my journal. And or even if it's like I'm having a hard time, blah 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 blah, just a place for me to get things out of my body so that I don't feel too like held back, basically. Yeah, so that's really important for me. And I use Scrivener. I have for years, and I love it so much. I haven't used anything else really though, so I don't have anything to compare it to, but for me, I love this, and I've finally figured out like how what works best for me and my brain. So I'm gonna turn you around and show you a little bit of it, not like I don't want to show you the actual writing part, but let's see if I can. Okay, so basically I use this binder area. This folder, I have all of my story ideas. So things that have like actual text already in them or not, it doesn't matter. I just write the ideas down and keep them here. And then once I feel like I have finished that draft, I move them up into the drafted area. And that has been working out pretty good for me so far. Obviously it looks very sparse up there, but I like the separation of, as opposed to just having them like at the top of here. So yeah. So I think I'm gonna end things here for this video. I think it's kind of long and it's just a lot of talking. And I am trying to figure out my video style, but I think essentially this is gonna be it. It's just gonna be me talking a lot, and it'll probably be like some shots of me writing, like, you know, whatever. I have like very clear boundaries. I'm not really gonna be walking around my house and doing anything like super vlog style-y. I love those videos, but I'm not doing those videos. So this is really just to document my drafting process and my process of, or the journey of me drafting, trying to find an agent, trying to get published, whatever order these things happen in, all that stuff. And now also while really, really being kind to my body and my mind and all that stuff. So thank you so much for being here. If you watched my last video, thank you so much. It's like, it's so cool. It only has like 10 views or something like that. And I know some of them are probably my husband. Just so cute and amazing. But I am excited to be here, and just happy to be able to connect with anybody, any one of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and take care of yourself. Hope you found something helpful.